Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Joni Ogg, and on behalf of TravelProfessionalNews.com, home-based travelagent.com, and findahosttravelagency.com, I want to welcome all of you to today's webinar, and I thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us. I'm so excited to welcome our friends and this amazing team from Passport Online to speak with all of us today. Today's topic is unlocking success, harnessing consistency across all platforms with Passport Online. Ralph Felicio serves as a senior sales executive for Passport Online, and he has a 25-year veteran of the travel industry, spending 18 years on the cruise line supplier side. An optimist and a seasoned sales professional, he enjoys spending his business hours building relationships with and coaching advisors on solutions to help grow their business and the industry overall. His contributions to the industry have been in various roles in the field and in national accounts. In his free time, he enjoys spending time with his wife, his one-year-old daughter, and very large extended family residing in southeastern Michigan. Now, many of Passport's long-term clients know Sarah Bauman, as she has been a part of the Passport Online team since 2000. In these 23 years, Sarah has had the opportunity to work in a variety of different roles across many areas of the company: content, business development, marketing, go-to-market, and she holds the apt title of Director of Partner Solutions. Now, this role allows Sarah to guide Passport's customers to the right mix of products and services that fits their individual needs, with a focus on how each product might complement and work with the other to achieve the best customer solution for them. Sarah's long experience has allowed her to creatively work with all of Passport's products in a way that arrives at these solutions, while helping individual customers to actively grow their business while maintaining their unique working environments. And Rowan Meyer is Passport Online's marketing coordinator. With a creative approach and deep understanding of many different communication strategies across multiple channels, Rowan leverages Passport's diverse range of solutions to craft marketing strategies in many different forms. Her expertise is helping grow Passport Online's social presence to new heights. Rowan's expertise in marketing and strategic communications, combined with her commitment to customer success, makes her a valuable asset to both Passport Online and its clients. So just a reminder today to let you all know that you are muted, but we do welcome your questions at any time. And you can just type those questions right in the right-hand panel of your screen that you see where it says questions. And when the presentation is over, we'll take as many of those questions as we can. So I'm going to turn the microphone over to the Passport team so they can get started. Welcome, Ralph, Sarah, and Rowan.
Good afternoon.
Hello. All right, so let's get into this. Unlocking success, harnessing consistency across all platforms with Passport Online.
Okay.
First, we're going to get into how tools can help you. So you need to make your website unique to you and your agency, and Ralph will talk a little bit more about that.
Sure. So in my many years across the sales division of many cruise lines and tour providers, the most important thing in any business is to be unique and to make your own personal brand transcend your business brand. So you want to always keep your branding consistent. And when you utilize NextSite, which is our website program, that you can have your own individualized website, you can have theme customization. So you can choose the color, you can choose colors from your social posts. And it's important because when we say creating consistency across platforms, when people see you on social media, which is, think of your website as your storefront, and then think of social media as the soccer field where you might run into half the town watching their kids play soccer. So what you want to do is you should have a consistent theme across all of the platforms. So the colors from your social posts should also be somewhere on your next site. You can upgrade your site plan for full access to next site features. So within next site, you have multiple ways and multiple options to choose from when you're creating your site. You want to consider linking your social media feed to your next site. So your next site and your social media page should also be playing tennis with your clients as the ball. So you should be whether they find you on your social site through a referral or they find you through your website, they should then be using the other one to engage. And then it's up to you when you engage the client on which medium. Then just formatting the color and social media widgets at the bottom of your site, it promotes consistency. So if you are active on social media, absolutely make those widgets available on your website. So now not only did they not find you by accident, you're encouraging them to engage you in multiple ways as well. So for example, if somebody finds you on the website from a promotion you're having, and then they're on your site, now they want to contact you, they can simply push your social media widget and it'll take them right to your Facebook page where now you are an active participant and can engage the customer.
And here is an example of some of these social media widgets right here. So you have the Connect with Us, and then you have Facebook. What used to be Twitter is now X, YouTube, and Instagram. And you can color those any way that you want to kind of match your social media branding a little bit better. And so here are some more tips and tricks for formatting your site.
So
Make
I
sure
also
you're choosing, sorry, go ahead, Rob.
Sorry, there's a little delay. I apologize. I was just going to say, when you're choosing colors and any kind of palette, always remember who the primary decision maker in making travel decisions are. And it does tend, if you look at a graph between men and women making travel decisions, normally women will be more likely to pick the destination in any situation. So the other thing is, so think of your aesthetic and always I would keep it more to skew it slightly on the feminine side and go with it, because it's also more appealing to men as well. Because I personally don't like to look at dark abrasive colors. Always think pastels, always think light, less, and keep it very smooth and friendly, is all I was going to say.
Yes, you definitely want to lean a little more into the pastel and less highlighter of it all. Of course, highlighting things when necessary is great to draw extra attention to that, but I would find it a little difficult personally to be scrolling through a website that had, say, a neon yellow background or something like that. And with that, multiple bright primary colors might gate your site if you use too many. So if you're using a lot of bright reds, blues, yellows, someone may think it's been a while since you've updated your site and be less likely to contact you because of that. I'm not saying that's always the case, but when you have a bright blue background for your entire website, sometimes it can hurt people's eyes and make it a little bit difficult for them to understand what's going on in your website. So using non-offensive colors to the eye would be a little better just for accessibility's sake overall for your clientele. And I'm not saying you can't use bright colors. I have used this darker blue on the left side over here on this slideshow, and I've used it more as an accent, but it's still very visible and very there. Another way to better format your site is to add agent specialties to your homepage and use colors from your color palette to highlight them. So if you specialize in river cruises or if you specialize in wine tours, make sure you have a section that highlights that on your website so that people know you are an expert in that field. Another tip if you have multiple agents, make an introductory page or a little paragraph for them on your homepage or something with their pictures and link to their social medias if they have one for work. And then this goes for every piece of copy on your website, but change up your intro paragraph. Think maybe less welcome to my website and more, this is how I can get you your dream trip. So talk about your experience, talk about your own personal travels and things like that. And here's a better example of an introductory paragraph. So it says right here in the middle of this welcome section, with 28 years of travel experience around the world, our connections provide fun and unique travel offerings for you. And we would continue to update this throughout the years. So in 2 years, it would be 30, 7 years, 35. And this just helps your clients to really know that you are an expert in your field. And speaking of being an expert in your field, make sure to position yourself as the expert that you are. And since you may be switching up your introductory paragraph soon, talk about those favorite trips that you've taken. Maybe you took a trip in your 20s and it inspired you to become a travel agent. Talk about that. That is super valuable information that personalizes your brand and your website to all of your clientele. People love to connect to real people, so the more you personalize your website, the better it will go for you. Make sure to add images of your own travels and trips on an About Me page or a little section, as well as trips you've made happen on a testimonial page or section. You don't have to make new pages for all of these things, but sometimes it's nice just for organization's sake. And then have an updated picture of yourself on your website. This is a big one, talking about personal touches. My rule for pictures of yourself on your website is think of it kind of as a passport photo. You have to renew your passport every 10 years just to make sure that the gate agents can recognize you and you get through smoothly. I would say to do the same thing for your website. Try and update your picture at least every 10 years, just so clients know who they're talking to. And add customer testimonials and pictures on your website and your social media. So let's say your client had a great time on a trip and sent you a couple of pictures. Maybe ask them if you can post those pictures on your social media and talk about how great their trip was. And here is an example of a section of customer testimonials. You can add more, you can add less. See, we have a little view all testimonials section on this example page, and ideally someone could click on that and see other testimonials from happy customers. So another component of consistency across all platforms is with email marketing. And you can customize emails with current offers from our system to your clients through our Agentport portal. And what I mean by that is if you find an offer that you like on your website and you have a client that you think would be interested, you can find that through Agentport and send them a professional and easy looking email with that offer that would lead directly back to your site. We also have customizable templates to match your branding within Agentport. So if you say send a lot of follow-up emails after trips for feedback and stuff like that for testimonials, you would benefit by sending emails that look quite similar and the same to better push your brand image.
And
So
one thing I wanted to add about the emails is once you generate these and send them out to your clients, the landing page is going to be updated. So you're not having to worry about if that price changed between when you sent out the email and when the client's looking at it, because when they're going through to the landing page, they're going to see the updated price that's current as of the moment that they're looking at it.
Yes, and any offer that they would click in these emails would lead directly back to your site. So it would look the same and the branding would be consistent overall. And so here's an example of an email that I just threw together a couple days ago that would be a follow-up email after a person's trip. And ideally, they would click on the submit feedback option on the top and submit a testimonial for us. And of course, you would have to let them know that their feedback may be used on your website just for legal reasons. But sending a follow-up message after your clients have taken their vacation is a good way to get some more information from them on how their trips went.
So, well, back into my arena now with the engagement and sales. What can you do to up your engagement and sales game? So the most important thing to do is always pay attention. I always say, even in the slowest times, we can always afford to pay attention. Pay attention to a trending destination. When you're active on social media, then you're automatically going to see what things are being asked for, what pictures are being posted. And if you're not active, just be someone that looks at everybody else's page and see what types of things are being posted and where people are traveling to. So have you had a bunch of people asking about Cancun? Send out an email and post about it. And that's important because you, not only on social media, but just what's being asked for in the open marketplace. If you live in a landlocked place to live, then you're most likely going to see a lot of ocean going business or beach destinations. Pay attention to what is being asked for. Once you quote, and I'm not talking book, once you quote the same destination for a second, if not third or fourth time, then it's time to send an email out about it. Link your website everywhere. Remember, your website is part of your storefront. Whether you're a brick and mortar agency, a home-based agency, you need to remember that your website, no matter what, is your storefront as well. Put on your business cards, your social media bios, your email signature. It should be all over the place. I always used to say, whenever I paid my electric bill back in the old days when we used checks, Rowan might not know about checks, but I can tell you there used to be fantastic little things you used to write dollar amounts on. Anyway, I would put a business card in with my electric bill because the person opening that envelope, they're going to see it. Do the same thing with your email signature and with your website address. Do you specialize in a specific supplier? Are you the expert there over the next agency down the road? Add a segmented search box for that supplier on your site. You can also, between your preferred suppliers, you and our preferred suppliers, you can show favoritism to different suppliers. If you specialize in one that you know inside and out, don't be afraid to make them come up on search at the top. You can devote one or more pages to a supplier and create a full brand experience within your next site. So always make sure that you do that, and this way, if the client is on that page and books it, make sure you share that information with your BDM from the brand. This way, in the future, if you want to charge for that co-opable charge for that page, you can. You can also group similar offers in one email to send out to your clients. You can include a link to that search. So think of it this way: when you're going to send out an email, if you're sending similar destinations but maybe not the same destination, those are the ones you're going to want to link together and group together for an email. The other thing is, try stitching videos on TikTok with your travel hacks. TikTok can be intimidating and scary, but it also could be an absolute blast. Have fun with it. Don't take yourself too seriously, and share your travel hacks with the world, because you never know who's going to catch on and see it. For example, there is this woman named Babs on TikTok. She's got to be in her late 60s, if not 70s, and she's sharing stupid household hacks that I've been following. And I got to tell you, they actually work. And they're only like very short. They're funny, and I find myself like, didn't know that. So little tips of the trade there from the field side.
And I wanted to interject something about TikTok. I saw this video, and as soon as I watched it on TikTok, I was like, if I was a travel advisor, I would absolutely be stitching something together for this. The gal was talking about how, I went to the Amalfi Coast, but here's the things that people didn't tell you. It was so hard to walk up the steps with carrying my luggage and all of this. And I thought, as an advisor, this is a perfect video to react and say, no, here's why you book with me, and here's how I could have helped you to avoid what this woman experienced. I could have suggested a porter, could have suggested some other ways to get your luggage there, or she was also complaining that it was so hot, and had she worked with an advisor, they would have told her, maybe you don't want to go to Italy at the end of August because it's going to be pretty warm and crowded and all of that. So looking for things like that, where someone has taken a complaint, you can turn it around and say, here's what I can do to help you avoid this vacation experience. And the great thing about it is you're able to create this content without you actually being in the destination. So when you're home at your office, you're not actively traveling, you can still be creating new content that people are seeing, and it's naturally positioning you as the expert because you're saying, here's how you can avoid these pitfalls.
So true. Have fun with it, though. TikTok is meant to be fun and lighthearted.
Yes, TikTok is meant to be super fun. I will say, though, with stitches, you may find every once in a while you won't be able to stitch a video or duet a video, and that is probably because the user has indicated in their privacy settings that they don't want their video stitched. But there are plenty of videos that you can stitch. That's just an every once in a while thing. So, do you have multiple specialties? Make sure to always feature what you specialize in, whether that's a specific supplier or wine or honeymoons or all-inclusive. Anything that you can specialize in, feature it. So make a page for these specialties as well, or sections if there are a bunch of them. And then add a target search on those pages so that when people look up specific dates, they can find the only wine tours that would work for those dates. And here's an example of that a little bit better.
And something else to add to that too, Rowan, is that when you create those as target searches, you set up the parameters for that once, and just like the email, you don't have to go back in there and update it. You've said, I'm going to put this link on my site. When they click on it, show all inclusives. And then until the end of time, the link will continue to update itself. You don't have to go in there weekly or monthly and worry about adding new types of content in there. It just happens automatically.
That's great to hear because we hate dead links over here. That's another tip. If you have any dead links on your site, make sure to keep them updated so that they go somewhere. Even if it's just back to the home page. Whoops, sorry, this page doesn't exist anymore. Don't make it 404 page not found. You want to keep that updated so that people know that you are on top of your website.
So my big question for anybody is, do you have outside advisors? What we can do at Passport Online is schedule a no-cost consultation that would help you explore the opportunity of offering individualized websites to your advisors. You can strengthen their business plans and promotional opportunities. You can maintain a consistent branding across your business, improve advisor retention and longevity, and with a minimal investment and low monthly cost for both you as the agency owner and the advisor that's working for you or contracted for you. If you'd like, my email address is down there, and I'd be happy to discuss a business overview and look at how we can help you there. The most important thing is, as we're talking about being consistent with your branding across all your channels, if you need to think about if you have 5 or 6 or even 2 or 3 ICs out there representing you, then you're going to want to have the branding consistent with your own, and that's what our mini network sites actually do, where it allows you to be the agency owner and then have multiple child sites, if you will, after that. So this way they all have the same consistent branding, and then the advisor can have some customization to it, but not complete autonomy. Very, very interesting concept. We're very proud of it. So if we can help you do any kind of consultation, please send me an email, give me a call, whatever it is, I will be happy to help you.
All right, well, that is all we have today. Please contact Ralph for any further questions, and we can answer questions now.
Great. Thank you all so much. That was wonderful. Great information. I'm looking to see if we have any questions. Anybody have anything, to put it over in the right-hand side of your screen? I have a lot of thank yous, so that's good.
Well, good.
Yeah,
we love those.
Thank yous. That's a good thing. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. No, it looks like you guys covered everything. And since we don't have any more questions, just let you guys say your goodbyes, and I'll do the same. And we hope everybody has a great rest of their week. Not too much of it left, a few more days. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, all the agents. And Ralph, Rowan, Sarah, you guys rock. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great day.
You guys too. Bye-bye.